Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. Me Matt. With a review for you all here on Khan, Operation Potato, which is a unique version of Khan where I think it's just brighter. A little bit more early in the day. Let's go for the players. It's on the Western Front. Represent the Allies today. We have Enriquez, the United States without a commander choice yet. We have General Kaiser straight out of the gate with the British Commonwealth, no commander. And represent the Germans today. We have JB Nava as Fallschirmjäger Tactics for die Wehrmacht. Or Division actually. And we have Test the Alliance for the Great Panzerjäger Tactics for die Waffen-SS. Fallschirmjäger and Panzerjäger. It should be interesting to see. I've also changed a little bit of my recording settings to see if it'll look a little bit better, but I guess I'll find out after this. Currently, both sides just moving out to try and get points. So this is a victory point game, so hopefully it will not last as long as other games, but it is a 1,000 point one, so there's definitely not going to be any rush for a while if people secure the majority of the points. America's going to try to get to the southern one, but they've already been spotted here by the pioneers of the Fallschirmjägers. Putting in behind heavy cover there with the sandbags. The Realism should not be able to take that fight easily, so they might be in trouble. Meanwhile, we have several forces of the Force Grenadiers moving around to secure ground and some Grenadiers. It looks like the Waffen-SS has got to the northern victory point. As some Sturm Grenadiers slowly moving up behind to secure ground, as well as some SS Grenadiers coming out. And cheaper units available to them if you're playing as Panzerjäger. American Rifle now showing up though, which will be a problem here for the Pioneers. That's a very good structure they're overlaying for the Germans. Trying to get some shots in, but the Pioneers might be overrun here soon. Americans are getting close enough, and their M1 Garands are tearing into the Pioneers. And that's a dead Pioneer squad. And the Grenadiers are trying to get into the flank here. They need to get behind cover quick. The Force Grenadiers doing a good job there from cover. Grenadiers are in trouble though because they're fairly close, but you never know, they might still win out. Sturm Grenadiers are threatening the northern flank here as the British are moving up. Sturm Grenadiers are about to get flanked here. The Zap is also getting close. That's a lot of very accurate rifles pointed at them. Do have some support from the flank here from the SS Grenadiers though. Zappers do go down pretty quick because of that. But Sturm Grenadiers are starting to take losses. Kühlwagen and MT-34 moving up. On the southern flank, the Americans preparing to overrun the German positions. So the Grenadiers had to fall back too. We have another squad of Grenadiers coming up. I don't think the Force Grenadiers want to stay there for much longer. They have to pull out quick. They also have a squad of Fallschirmjäger Pioneers coming in. Meaning if you're playing as Fallschirmjäger, basically a much cheaper alternative from a Pioneer that cannot build the base structures though. They can build fortifications. And they're fairly cheap for their cost. They're basically paratrooped in engineer troops that arrive very early on. We'll apply a little bit more pressure here though, to help. Americans are certainly set up though, but they're not captured any other collection points, so they're not getting anything out of the resource down there yet. But the British are still trying to struggle here for the northern points. The Germans using heavy cover to their advantage. The Sturm Grenadiers are just slowly securing the flanks. Not looking good for the British there, actually. That could actually turn out pretty damn bad. They did lose their Sturm Pioneers, though, by the looks of it. With an instant smoke grenade pop, forced the Grenadiers out because they were still all targeting the other guy. That's not good. Sturm Grenadiers can probably rush up here to the flank now if they want. They need to act quickly. Also, they're going to sit behind the truck instead to stop any reinforcements that might come in. The Grenadiers have been forced back. And looks like they do make it though. The single guy. The Force Grenadiers are still keeping positions here. At this structure. It is a very good Overwatch position. If they get an MT-42 in there, they would definitely be set for a very long time. Almost the Americans are still spread out here and just firing, but they've not secured any of the background yet. They need to capture the ground leading up to it. Because they're not getting anything out of the resources down here at the moment. Pioneers trying to get up down here. They're very low quality combat infantry, so they're not gonna be as good in fighting directly as normal Pioneers are. There are extra rifles to the front line for cheap, so... Oh, good job! They're merging the echelon into the Rifleman squad. They need to get behind cover quickly. More Grenadiers coming down there. British force moving out. Looks like something died. Did the Sturm Grenadiers die? Yeah, the Sturm Grenadiers died. I missed that. Huh. What happened there? Are the demo shots the British had prepared beforehand? Might be. Looks like the Germans will be able to secure ground in the northern flank again. Quickly getting a new Storm Grenadier up there. Americans are finally moving to capture the points behind them. They've already set up a 30 caliber, so they will be able to hold this ground pretty easily. But Germans have the upper hand victory point-wise. So the Germans sitting with 4 headquarters right up there. That's quite close to the front line, but they probably know what they're doing. And because they're playing as Panzerjäger, I think they get this Panzerfaust requisition for free. So they don't have to upgrade the Panzerfaust and all the Storm Grenadiers, which is a pretty big deal, by the way. That means they already are equipped to deal with tanks or light vehicles if they get too close. And down here looks like the Grenadiers have been forced off when the Americans are nearby. So we need to figure out what I want to do from here. But they do control the majority of the victory points, so they're still pretty good. British troops are moving up again now with an extra man. Will certainly improve their firepower. Gonna be the plan of Grenadiers here. But we want to take out that barbed wire if they can. And Savas moving up to try and keep an eye on points.
Grenadiers.
It's somewhat quieted down.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Panzerjäger also arriving at the front line here for the Wehrmacht. Prepared for any vehicles that might come from the United States. Or the British Commonwealth for that matter.
Orders ahead. Minefield laid.
Oh, mines being laid here by the British. Very smart and thinking ahead, but the Germans doing much the same. Both sides are prepared just in case. Now it's quite quieted down. And yes, they're getting shot from both sides here. They need to quickly get away. Behind cover there, but they'll just make them on attack for your British troops. I think that's Grenadiers just need to get out of there. That's a very bad retreat path. Don't think those Grenadiers are gonna make it. Oh, but they might even get behind this wall. What's that they do? Also, it's a force Grenadiers to try and cover them. Looks like the Panzerjägers have set up an MG-34 to try and cover the northern ground. But there's a Vickers machine gun inside, and it has the high ground thanks to the structure. But that high ground is a big matter here in this game. It is more of a matter than coming here as free though. MG-34 equipped squad inside there. Americans at the center might be overrun here potentially. That is a Storm Grenadier squad back down there after all. MG-34 certainly having issues. I think it's been pinned down actually. Yep. Pinned down and got completely mowed down too. We do have a German officer arriving here in the field, and Untersturmführer. MP40 armed the force grenadiers on the field now. And some good shots in on the American rifleman there, but that's a pineapple grenade. It's the dodge. Oh, the Germans got taken. Ah, the struck there's no window in that flank. That makes it a decent target actually. He cannot fire back. Not that the bullets should do much from that angle, to be honest, but it's a game, so. The Germans are gonna call an artillery strike to deny that structure, I guess. Could cancel it now if they want, but not gonna. As if they can deny those structures permanently, that could always be useful. Means the British will not be able to use that fighting position again. For a machine gun or something else. The artillery is certainly setting the buildings ablaze. That's a good play there from the Germans, I suppose. Now the Germans keep digging in up here with the Waffen-SS troops. MG-34 is being recruited there. Pulling back for some replenishment. Not to pull back that far though, thanks to the fort headquarters. Oh, yeah, it has been set to every retreat point. Okay, good. I was just wondering if they were running past it, but they aren't. Looks like the Fallschirmjäger is doing an assault down here. They even have a Fallschirmjäger Lieutenant on the fields. No commander choices from the Allied forces yet. They're calling it some kind of artillery strike and mortar strike by the looks of it. The Green Devils are doing their best to try and cause some issues here. No actual forces of the Fallschirmjägers themselves, apart from this Lieutenant yet. Artillery being called in here on the British positions. With some fears being quite on point. And the Allies need to pick commanders, I reckon. Oh, mind that stopped the Americans from moving up quickly, but they are now there present. Trying to aim for the central victory point. You know, down here the Germans keep trying to assault. The Lieutenant's gotten around the flank here. The Grenadiers are doing their best too. But that 30 caliber machine gun is certainly cause some issues. You ever seem to figure out what I want to do from here though? Biggest machine gun sitting up behind the sandbags this time. Putting in shots on the Lieutenant. Not Lieutenant, Untersturmführer. Ooh, that's a bad retreat path. That's a very bad retreat path. Looks like he might make it because the British are focusing on the targets. Good impact grenade there. Almost killed all the Germans inside that structure. But the MT-34s are doing a lot of work alongside the Sturmgewehrs. Honestly, Panzer getting access to the Sturmgewehrs for the Sturmgrenadiers is a pretty damn good upgrade. Can really boost the firepower of these squads. Down here, the Lieutenant is still trying to hold, but he might have to pull back. Not making a last ever much longer. We also have a squad of actual Fallschirmjägers on the field now. Feuertruppen, so these guys are good for long-range combat. Being equipped with their FT-42s. A very unique battle rifle available to the German paratroopers. Very rare. And very efficient, as I understand. It's basically good at all ranges and overall just an effective weapon. I think its only drawback is it has 20 rounds per magazine. Yeah, only 20 rounds. They can basically serve any purpose you need of it. Oh, looks like we have Canadians being picked here for General Kaiser, so they've gone for a Royal Artillery. And we already have the Canadian forces arriving on the battlefield here. Some cheap alternative riflemen. Pioneers also trying to hold the center here. So doing a good job with thanks to the SS distracting on the northern flank. Down here, the Fallschirmjägers still trying to hold. Looks like the Americans have gone for mechanized. Very intriguing. You're already seeing a mechanized group of company units coming in the half-track here. There's a lieutenant arriving here from the United States. Getting in from off the field of the map. The Germans are quite firmly set up. Looks like the Waffen-SS is really working on making this their strong point. Which could be a problem if they get overrun, but if not, they can certainly get a good spot close to the front line. It will certainly help them in their fighting attempts. Alright, holding attempts. But the Luftwaffe is not having as much luck. It's really advanced up as the Americans keep digging in. Setting up new fighting positions.
US companies with factories. Well, that's not done. Get ready. All right.
Here comes a half-track with a flamethrower inside. Quickly jumping out there with the comm engineers. Carbines and flamethrowers being equipped. That's a very damn good upgrade for these guys. Need to be careful when they move though. Just stay behind cover here. I mean, yes, I'm pretty damn good on the assault. That's kind of the point. But you need to get close. There's some kind of artillery being called here by the German Untersturmführer. Is he really aiming around here with the half-track? I guess he is. What stops the companies from just moving? I guess retreating them. I guess they scared them off. And the American lieutenant arriving here in the field now, no? The British are doing another assault up here. Canadian troops also supporting behind some of the Czech hedgehogs. Being equipped with a marksman rifle, evidently. to do their best at least. Oh, something got destroyed. Looks like the halves got destroyed down here by the Panzerjägers. Forcing the Americans off, but they have Citadel Fort headquarters down here to operate from. Looks like the British troops are actually doing a pretty decent assault here. I guess having the marksman rifle supporting, it's not doing that much direct damage, but it's supposed to can help. Ooh, good mortar round though. The Mthis has brought a mortar up to help. Ooh, there was an infantry on the ground there picked up by the Falchion Pioneers. That's going to be useful. British forces have been forced to pull back again. We've got a company near us up here too. Include Thompson's, the 6th Field Company. Pretty damn good assault infantry available to the Royal Artillery Division.
Our attacking hammer tactics are ready for use.
And he's doing a good job there on the flank. Americans are setting up more troops to hold the area though. Americans pulling up as well. Lots of Americans arriving on the field here. Not sure these rifles are doing. They're vulnerable for a little bit because of that. Americans getting on the flank now. There's a bunker to cover them if the Americans got further up, but the Americans are being smart. Spearheads are trying to dig in quickly, but that might not be efficient. This with the company engineers nearby. You also have a Hauptmann here of the Luftwaffe helping to oversee the front line. Pretty high-ranking officers to be directly in the front line like this. Especially from the Luftwaffe of all things. And he's doing a pretty decent job coordinating everything. He's calling it 10.5 centimeter artillery. Americans and British trying to push here in the center again. Artillery going into German positions. We also have some mechanized troopers here. And cavalry troopers. And me equipped with a marksman rifle. Lots of artillery going in from both sides. They plan to shell this part of the city. Both needing some mines, and I don't think the Hauptmann is going to make it out of here alive. Trying to make a run for it. Oh, looks like the mechanized troopers lost sight of him. He's lucky. Oh, we have some SS Panzer Grenadiers on the field here. You could put an MG4 100 rounds. That'll certainly make them a really good squad of holding. They're still dealing with the biggest machine gun though. That's downrange. Not an easy target. You do have a Beute Panzer Sherman. Trying to push from the northern flank. A little bit of an unusual sight. I guess the Waffen has managed to steal a Sherman somewhere. And now putting it to use. Sturmwings going to try and get around the flank here, but the 6th Field Company could stop them. Thompson's open up, but the Sturmgewehrs are doing a good job of it. I think... Oh, this is close. I think the Companies could win this. Not anymore. The Sturmgewehrs won out just barely there. And that's the power of the Sturmgewehr. But here comes the squad of a rifle section, or a rifle section, which... I don't think the Sturmgewehrs are prepared for fighting anymore. That squad might be dead. They took out the actual Panzer Grenadiers and then they took out the Sturmgewehrs. Not good. And down here looks like the Wehrmacht is trying to do another push. Doing a smoke barrage. And pushing up with the Grenadiers first. And he's coming up behind. We have a Cromwell Mark V coming out onto the field for the British Commonwealth. Trying to take out that fighting emplacement. The Gewaltladung should take care of that. There it is. That's it, gone. And the Americans are pushing pretty hard. Almost gotten to the point. The Wehrmacht and Waffen just needs to really get some more troops to hold the center here. Bundesturmführer is pulling up to try and hold. Backwards with Thompson pushing up with the Chicago typewriter variant of it. That's the one with the drum magazine. Doing their best to try and hold the ground though. More Panzer Grenadiers arriving here. Ooh, is this gonna have double MG42 100 rounds? That's gonna make them a very defensive Panzergrenadier squad. With a lot of firepower on them. We do have an Ostwind coming onto the field. An Ostwind? I guess against all the infantry it could work. Hamann picks up an MG34 he found on the ground here. So that the Americans are pushing the Germans off the southern point again. The close quarters combat fighting is just to the Americans' advantage at the moment. What will you expect? They're kind of good at that kind of warfare with all their semi-automatic weaponry. Ostwind trying to get shots here, but that's a Cromwell Mark 5 in the center. Which the Ostwind is not designed for handling. Fortunately, its armor is holding up this time. And he's going to go for Panzerfaust. They pull it off. That's going to force that Cromwell back for a bit. He cannot turn his turret. Turret traverse has been damaged. There's not really much here to threaten it. Where the Panzer is nearby, actually. Both sides have been very active in using their abilities from their officers. It's good to see.
We're losing a capture point.
Ronald Mark 5 is pushing forwards, wanting to try and deal with that Boy the Panzer.
Supplies looking a bit squiffy.
Oh, but looks like the Boy the Panzer won out. Damn. Good shot from the Boy the Panzer. Guess that crew is getting a taste for crewing a Sherman of all things. The Americans keep pushing up here. Vegas have tried to do a little bit of issues on the flank here, but I don't think it's going to be enough yet. There's some more troops coming up here from the Wehrmacht, including the Fallschirmjägerleutnant. Ostwind is pretty good dealing with the infantry though. The mechanized troopers have to pull back quick. Boy the Panzer keeps threatening the center here, or well, the north. But the Canadians have secured a little bit more points. The Germans so far have the upper hand. Allies are bleeding their points, if very slowly. The Americans pile up around that fort headquarters. I guess they're just waiting for, you know, to be fully replenished and moving out again. What are both sides gonna do? Like, the US is playing mechanized, so they could get EC8s, I think. If I remember correctly. I think mechanized gets the EC8s. Then we're pushing up here now from the Waffen-SS. Trying to use their Sturmgewehrs. We also have that fire support squad now of the Panzergrenadiers with 2 machine guns, 2 MG42s, 100 rounds. That's a lot of firepower. Still calling in the German positions again. But the Luftwaffe is preparing for another push down here. You want to try and get to the points here and then march up from the south. That's a lot of Americans near the center. Also not a lot to threaten the Ostwind apart from that 80 gun back there. Also needs to target down the Commandeers first. Or not. Having issues hitting the riflemen from here. The terrain is blocking some of the flak rounds. He has been hit though by the 80 gun. It's gonna force Ostwind to back off. White Panzer has to pull back for repairs too. What is the British Commonwealth planning? We need to do something to try and find a way to push through up there. You could probably keep pushing south. Well, they gone. That's the main question. Looks like we have an American captain on the field too. Holding in a 105. We'll manage. 1 to 5 sitting in the German positions. Ooh, that force is going to get mowed down. Oh! Unshield had to hit pretty damn well. The force the Germans back again. Austin is taking some damage there and gets taken out. The Americans can actually steal that if they work quickly. Could really come in handy. And the Americans keep pushing forwards now. And they get to that Ostwind in time and steal it. That's the main thing, because if they can steal an Ostwind, that's a pretty damn good tool to have. Especially because it looks like the Luftwaffe is not really that well supplied at the moment. Lots of grenades being tossed around. And yep, the Americans have stolen the Ostwinds. You know how to drive this thing? Engine is certainly buffed at the moment. Oh, Grenadier's gonna try and go for it. So the Germans do to stop it though.
We just lost a medium tank.
You see it coming out into the fields. I guess that does deny it to the Germans that the Ostwind got destroyed. Even if that's a shame, the Americans could not keep it. Would have been a nice souvenir back in someone's garage after the war. They could somehow get it back across the pond to the States. Who would even have it at that point, because anyone who would like entered it would have rights to the souvenir, I reckon. I'm sure they'd play something over. That's poker. Who knows?
You're starting to get under my skin.
I'm just setting up a demo charge here just in case the Germans use these structures again. Very smart.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
We're tracking up. Booby trapping them. Indians are in trouble though. Pretty being shot to pieces. And he got killed down in the street. America's a little bit too bunched up here. But those Fallschirmjägers are about to make a big mistake. Yep. But the Fallschirmjägers actually got out of it alive. That could actually have been far, far worse. It's being tossed. Got some smoke grenades going in. Americans suffered heavy losses there, actually. They could recover from it. They didn't lose any squads outright. And not all the squads outright, I think. You see it in the center, but the Beutepanzer's doing a pretty damn good job. This crew is still using this Beutepanzer really damn well. I'm not sure how, but I guess they somehow know how to just use the Sherman pretty reliably. Why can't we create Shermans, Hans? Perhaps they're thinking that to themselves at the moment. Perhaps that crew's realizing that apparently Shermans are a much better tank than we gave it the credit for. You see this being going to be repaired by a repair station soon. We have an airdrop coming in here, some emergency area supply from the Luftwaffe. It's gonna be an AT gun and a MT-34. MT-34 is always handy, I guess. Oh, it's a heavy main MT-34. I thought it was a light handheld version. And the heavy one makes a little bit more sense now I think about it airdropping in. Hamann is calling in an artillery strike. Lieutenant also calling an artillery strike on the Hamann. But Hamann managed to succeed. He does barely. He has to get out of that out. That's 10.5 centimeter coming in. Okay, widespread, but does clear out the AT gun. They can still be recovered. You see this relocating. Looks like it's going to focus on the southern part of the city blocks now. This field company coming up on the flank here. Concentrated to roar. Throwing an instant grenade actually. Oh, that's a cannon bomb. Never mind. Basically clearing out everything there. The Government Bomb is basically like like an impact ray kind of thing that does a lot of damage. It's exceptionally good. It can even destroy tanks. That's how good the explosive potential of it is. Also, the British lieutenant on the field here. Having equipped with a Game 1 Garand for his first new. Falling in an artillery strike of his own. We do see a Jagdtiger coming in. The Germans are actually going to use a Jagdtiger. That's certainly going to be a brick that can just plant in the middle of a road. A street runner. That'd be very hard to piece that thing from the front, because I think the Jagdtiger is the most heavily armored thing in the game. At least from the front. I think the Allies have very few things that can pierce it reliably frontally. They have to find a way to get around it once it sets up. Or just bomb it to hell. That's always an option. Beutepanzer is fighting the EC-8. Ooh, so far the Beutepanzer is holding on. Hack has been set up though. Getting a good shot there on the EC-8. Force get backwards. This field coming is not going to last long there. Panzer gets ready to move on. Oh, and the Beutepanzer, the pack gets the kill.
A medium tank was just lost.
I think the Beutepanzer got the kill. That crew is really damn good at using that Beutepanzer. Alright, the Luftwaffe has access to artillery pieces now. There's a howitzer here to try and support the German advance. By shelling the American positions. Joseph has stocked G around here for the Luftwaffe forces. Both sides aren't leading points anymore because the central point's been neutralized. The big horn here by the American captain. It is gonna be a basic 105. It's sitting somewhere around an area that he's called in for. I would say the British artillery strike, I think. Here comes the 105 shells. Doing a pretty damn good job, actually. Not easy coming in. Back into suffering losses here to the Germans. And here comes the Jagdtiger. This thing is absolutely ridiculous frontally. So I'm not sure what the Allies are going to do to fight it. But the British Artillery Division is also setting up their own howitzer here, a 5.5 inch. That's a pretty damn big howitzer, and they know where the German headquarters is. They're firing around there. Just try to apply pressure. Jagdtiger gets ready to advance here. Stock gets hit by an AT gun and penetrated. Has to back off. The Jagdtiger is going to reveal itself here. They've seen it. Okay, they know it's there. Now the Allies need to figure out a way to stop that. They have brought up another EC-8, but that really needs to get around the thing. But she just cannot fight this thing frontally. I guess an ISU-152 could, if it's very lucky. But generally, this thing will just destroy anything in the frontal fight. But really, it's only geared for dealing with vehicles. It's not intended to deal with infantry whatsoever. So it's a good deterrent against any tanks that might show up, I guess. But apart from that, it's not going to be that efficient. But it looks like the Beutepanzer finally gets taken out. That thing was efficient in everything it did. I guess finally it made its match at the hand of a British AT gun. What a shame. They did a very good job with it. Now the Americans do need to do something. The British and the Allies have, and the Americans have to work together to get one more victory point. Because they are so far bleeding. The Germans can only just sit back and dig in further. Of course, they have to worry about the Allied artillery, and this 5.5 inches pretty damn good at what it does. 17 pounds now slowly arriving. We have another Beutepanzer being called in. Perhaps the Allies should focus on attacking the northern flank there. Not that well defended, actually. That could change rapidly if the Germans just relocate their troops. Jagdtiger advancing. A little bit of a risky maneuver, but it could work out. It's just driving a little bit further forward. Not really too much. The 5.5 inch. Nope, that's the German howitzer firing, I think. These sound like a howitzer firing. These forces are trying to apply some more pressure up here. Artillery being called in around the flanks. I'm gonna go for a British lieutenant. He got mowed down in the street. So much destruction. That's what happens in an urban map. Like, a lot of it's just destroyed near the end. Not to be anywhere near the end at all. OGA ready to drive forwards. Germans setting up a Fallschirmjäger encampment down here. Well, let's get some direct Fallschirmjägers out. Even retreat if needed. You also have a Major. A Major from the Luftwaffe arriving on the front line. A little bit unexpected. You can call in a Stuka dive bomb though if you're playing as Luftwaffe, which is pretty handy, so they can actually disable a point. Jagdtiger being hit by an 80 gun, but I don't think it's going to do too much to it. Yeah, it's just mostly dazing it and doing a little bit of deflection damage, which will chip away over time. So I suppose it is something. But really nothing is going to really scratch this thing much. Folks trying to advance down here. Just trying to apply a little bit more pressure. What are they planning? Are they planning on Stukaring one of the points? He said moving up to try and be a threat. Jagdtiger is taking a fair bit of deflection damage actually. We can hear the howitzers are now firing at each other. Panzerjäger's missed. Get mowed down. The Jagdtiger is slowly being whittled down, but it's 80 gun. Double 80 gun actually. Yeah, the deflection damage is actually getting a little bit too much for it. It has to pull back for some repairs. Personally, I'm not sure I'm a fan of deflection damage, but I think it adds a little bit more dynamic. A little bit more of a dynamic flair to the thing, where you can always do a little bit of damage. But I think in the, say, Spearhead, that is not a thing. It's only an Ironside thing with the deflection damage. Oh, more British howitzers are being set up. They're going full in on the 5.5 inches. They've actually mostly destroyed the Waffen-SS Fort headquarters. So it's certainly having an effect. It is forcing the stormtroopers to try and advance here. Going to come out on the lieutenant. Stunning him, but mostly not doing too much else. Meanwhile, the German howitzers are doing their best to try and fight back. Oh, Calliope opens fire on the Luftwaffe's positions. The Calliope barrages last for a while. Especially if you use the wrong one. Not the wrong one. The long one. I cannot speak today. Can you tell? My eye is scratchy. I hate that feeling. The Force trying to do his best here. The Panzer, the Jagdtiger is pulling all the way back for repairs. All the way back. Trying to be really, really safe here. Also, the Scottish Storm Pioneers arriving to help. The 54 meanwhile is doing his best to hold the ground. And by stormtroopers by the looks of it. More stormtroopers advancing up there into the structure. Well, it's going to be a lot of fire. I'm not sure that was a good idea. too much fire heading towards the structure. We need to get this forward headquarters repaired. I guess if we're gonna focus on the Jagdtiger first. If that makes sense. Where the Panzer advances. I gets hit by an 80 gun almost immediately. Not looking good there. And those British howitzers, the 5.5 inches, doing a lot of work. With some pretty big explosions after all. But the German howitzer is firing back, being in counter barrage mode. This is the best thing they can do here to try and counteract the British artillery. Just keep a howitzer drone on counter barrage duties. So the British are able to get to the central point, but they still get mowed down in their attempt. Damn, that German howitzer is pretty damn accurate with his counter barraging. Got some airdrops clicking here of supplies for the United States or the British, depending on who wants to grab it. He's hit pushing. Luftwaffe is not really equipped for dealing with the EC8s at the moment. But they can use the building's ruins to their advantage. Basically, the agency just has to keep a distance. Then can avoid the worst of it. All headquarters finally gets taken out there. The Waffen says to replace it quick. He's always doing his best to try and keep the front line secured here. That's not really what he's trained for. He's not meant to fight in the front line like this. He's meant to sit in an office. A very fine office in the chateau, just near the front line. But I guess his superiors have pushed him more forwards. We have a stock observation vehicle out here to help coordinate artillery fire. Command is doing his best to try and hold the line here, being an example to the rest of the troops. But the British howitzers are still being a menace here. Boy, the Panzer and Jagdtiger are ready for action again though. And the German howitzer remains in counter barrage mode. Good to see. Always at ready to deal with the British howitzers. Actually clearing out one of them. Looks like the Brits have gone for anvil tactics now. Guess it took them that long to pick a specialization. Did they go for anvil? I think I can check here. White Panzer moves up again. Ready to get sights on the Americans. It's a British 17-pounder though. It failed to penetrate the Panzer? What? That is very rare for a 17-pounder. Failed it twice? Okay, something feels off about the 17-pounder. Something feels very, very off. Jagdtiger gives 9 the center point. Basic Germans, if they can just hold on, they will technically win. The Allies have lost basically half their points now. Let's get some more water here. My throat is a little bit parched. Just open my bottle here. Sparkling water. I like me some sparkling water with citrus. I think it's called citrus in English. Tastes like a lemon. And let's drink that. EC is pushing up. Ah, that's far better. Stuck with a good shot on the EC8. Remember to hydrate, everybody. I need to learn to hydrate more myself. Hydration is very important. Looks like the stocks are working together here. Jagdtiger is also backing its ass up down here. It was pretty trying to get around down here again. It's not really stuck with mines, but they have a pioneer store with a minesweeper. More houses shields hit the German front line. They're trying to take down the German howitzer now. Probably a good idea. They realize that thing is actually being a little bit of a threat to them. Especially against on artillery fire. Oh, that did some good damage to them. That was a British artillery strike, I think. Time on target by the looks of it. But it's really good to do the whole time on target artillery strikes. But all the shells basically land simultaneously. Takes a lot of drilling to do, I think. But it basically gives the enemy no time to prepare. Because all the shells will land basically at the same time. Position barrage going in here from the Haumann. Double A3 Shermans. That's not going to do anything to the Jagdtiger. One Sherman already gets taken out. There's very little here that can actually fight the Jagdtiger. Oh, it missed. That's the one thing the Shermans can hope for, that the Jagdtiger misses. It's also going to get dazed a lot because of all the shells that's going to be hitting it. But despite all the shells deflecting, it's still gonna sound like hell inside that vehicle when the shells hit against it and bounce off. Still a very uncomfortable experience. Good high explosive that takes out the fortified position of the Americans. Both was trying to advance out here. There's not enough to actually stop them. But the crews of the AT guns are still providing a little bit of rifle fire. I think the Germans might actually be able to push the southern point at this rate. Lots of mechanized troopers arriving here, but they are not really... They don't really have much to deal with the Jagdtiger still. Some troops have been forced back though. Fallschirmjägers are trying to do their best down here. Mechanized troopers have to pull back. Artillery called in the German positions. Another Fallschirmjäger squad trying to make an assault. More 105 shells are landing around. Stormtroopers get killed. But Germans have managed to move a little bit up on the southern flank here. At least they denied the fuel point. Und das Raketenwerfer pulled up here by the Luftwaffe. Looks like we have some more mechanized troopers playing on the wrong side of the cover. Remember, cover is directional in Company of Heroes games. More artillery calling. There's lots of artillery being used here in this one. That was very widespread. Now it's quieted down a little bit again. They need a side that knows how to really advance from here. White Panzer heading, not White Panzer, EC8 pushing down here with some mechanized troopers. The Major is not really equipped for this. He does have a prepared position, but I don't think it's gonna last too long. Now when the EC8 shows up. He has to get out of there quick. He's not gonna make it. And thus the Germans lost a major. One of his bodyguards will make it by the looks of it. Germans are threatening the southern victory point. The Allies are going to lose a lot more points much quicker if they cannot keep this point off the Germans. Jagdtiger being repaired. The British howitzer is firing somewhere near the Jagdtiger actually. Move flares flying overhead so the Allies know where the Germans are. Stock is preparing to move up here. Getting a good shot off there. Not easy at pushing up. Fire speed gonna have to pull back soon, or at least wait behind the structure. They need I think to get closer. German houses being hit hard. They can replenish here thanks to the SS headquarters though. That seems to be the idea they're going with. Issue is they're running kind of low on manpower. No, they aren't. But the howitzer got hit immediately by a British shot and got destroyed entirely. Now that is a problem. Now the Allies, now the Axis have no anti-artillery weaponry, so they can't counter-barrage them anymore, which is certainly a very big issue. IP opens fire again. Being very far around. Lots of shells. And the A3 Sherman's also starting to show up. Again, trying to provide a little bit more anti-infantry support. The British howitzers are starting to get in high numbers. There's 3 5.5 inches on the field. That is some pretty damn big shells. And a lot of them too. I think the Germans are going to be in a very bad position here. How that Oberblitz survived, I have no idea. Must be very, very lucky. I don't think the Germans can actually sit back much anymore because of all this. They're getting too weakened. Because the Allies can just sit back now and just shell the Germans into oblivion and then move in afterwards to the victory points. They have the time. They're not running that low on points. So if they had been playing on lower points than 1,000, they might actually have been in trouble. He's trying to go close to the Jagdtiger. Where's those Panzerfaust? They need a Panzerfaust. Yeah, but that EC is practically taken out now. Need one more Panzerfaust on it. That's the Jagdtiger. Oh, they failed to penetrate. But here's the problem of the Jagdtiger. It really is not very maneuverable if the enemy gets close. And where were the other Germans doing this? If they had pushed in at the same time, I think they could have overrun the Jagdtiger. Now it's too late. Like, if they had all pushed in right at the same time, they could have done a lot of work. I'm sitting on a howitzer here for counter barrage duties.
Standing by.
So the Brits are trying to push a little bit up here again. You have a British captain here. They're trying to apply a little bit more pressure. That's still the squad with the double MG42s. I can find the goodness on point there again.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Jagdtiger is almost repaired. But the Allies are almost get up to just keep pushing. They need to push through somewhere. They have weakened the Germans a lot with all their artillery.
We have 300 points remaining.
The Allies have secured the central victory point too. They might see force the Germans onto the back foot here. I think they already have, thanks to all those howitzers. The Germans do. They're really going to rely on that Jagdtiger to save them, aren't they? They've invested a lot in it. But it's not a very good offensive weapon. It's more like a defensive weapon in my opinion. Those flashing makers need to stop building. Yeah, like that. Because they can open fire. Not really getting many good hits in though. But they've set up another house up here too. About 5 inches of firing. And the German house is now preparing for counter barraging. Oh, that 5.5 inch kill Fallschirmjäger squad. But the counter barrages are happening. Making double layered sandbags to try and protect it from shrapnel. Shockwaves. Guess that's an idea. And those 5.5 inches are just being aggressive though. But while this is going on, looks like the Jagdtiger is advancing down here. Boy Panzer's taking a lot of damage though. Life also hits the Germans up here. Jagdpanther has to pull back because it doesn't really have much to do with infantry. What the company is trying to do. Oh, they're trying to toss the satchel. To get the satchel charge off. But it was too far behind. It doesn't affect the Jagdtiger, but it's not under the tank. The Americans are trying to sticky bomb it? Nope, that's composite B. Good composite B right there. They had to detract the Jagdtiger. Too bad for the Allies, it's detracting the spot that they had to defend itself. Yeah, composite B, once you get it for the American riflemen, is pretty damn good. Okay, easy going for it. But it has to get through a Stuk and a Beutepanzer. Another composite B attempt here. Easy, it goes down. They need to composite B it. Too late. I don't think the mechanized troopers have anything that can deal with it. He's gonna striving up, but it's gonna be facing the front of the Fang. So the Jagdtiger is actually stuck. So the 18 is trying to do his best, but the coaxial machine gun is doing a good job. Xbox One takes out the 80 gun though. This going, the Germans are trying to push for the center point here. I think another American squad might attempt a composite B. Here they come. But they mowed him down. The Jagdtiger is still safe. So far the Germans are still able to keep the Jagdtiger operational. Which is really surprising despite everything.
Equipped with observation packages.
What are the Allies going to do next? They're still running low on points. The bleeding is starting to get to them. The Germans are still fairly healthy point-wise. Blitz is present, helping with the repairs. But this is a very complex vehicle, so repairs is going to take a long time. The more complex the vehicle is, the longer it takes to fix it, in case you're wondering. And the Brits are already firing 5.5 inches in the area to try and prevent the Germans from repairing it. They know to keep this thing under fire constantly. Another easy attempt here. But the Panzer trying to hold the flank. Stuk is moving up to try and help. Oh, Panzerfaust did not penetrate. Easy trying to push in, but that's a Stuk. Oh, good shot there. Good hit in the rear though. Oh! But the Germans still save it. Despite everything, this Jagdpanzer refuses to die. It is still holding. Oh, they actually fixed the tracks. That's all the artillery. Oh, and a Calliope rocket hit started. And that's what takes out the Jagdpanzer today. Damn, so much artillery there. G doing his best here. He's fighting down the street against the stock, but there's a lot of wrecks in the way. But what do the Germans do? Of course, they just get another Jagdtiger. I really think all the German super heavies, like the King Tiger and the Jagdtiger and the Sturmtiger, that if you lose them, that's when you there's like a cooldown to get another one, and that cooldown begins the instant you lose that vehicle. At least in my opinion. As I feel like such a heavy vehicle, super heavy vehicle, should not be so easily replaced. Those things are take an extreme amount of time to create. And also can sometimes take a very long time to destroy if the player knows what they're doing. I'm not sure that's feasible in the Commander Heroes 2 engine to do something like that. Panzer needs to do their best here with their Sturmgewehr. Being supported by that Pong and the Beutepanzer. The Beutepanzer has been quite useful here for the Germans, I'll say. They're exposed around too. The Germans need to get to the point, but that's not going to be easy to do. Firefly in the fields. Sherman with a 17-pounder gun. That should hit the right thing now. Let's hit the ground more or less. Got hit by the Beutepanzer. Honestly, that Beutepanzer does an amazing job. As you can see, even Amarak the Firefly. German howitzers are no more. I guess the German howitzers just can't compete with the 5.5 inches. The Germans' only hope is to just survive long enough and keep the victory points in their hands. Because they're just being shelled to oblivion here. The German howitzers are doing their best to try and keep the 5.5 inches down, but I just don't think it's enough at the moment. Especially because the Allies have zeroed in where the Germans' reinforcement points are. The Germans are just getting shelled to hell at their reinforcement locations.
The front line could be lit up shortly.
Germans are still holding on bravely though. Like this situation, they really need to do something. I could imagine this as an annihilation game. They would basically have lost at this point. But because it's not, the Germans, they can just hold out long enough. They can still eke out a victory. The Panzer's ready to move again. The Jagdtiger is ready to keep holding the southern flank, at least prevent an allied armored push. The Allies need to push through somewhere. And Sherman 76 coming up here in the center. But the Panzer should have some issues against the frontal arm of this thing. Oh, never mind. This Beutepanzer again does an amazing job, but it gets penetrated in return. You see it also coming into the center here. It's hit by a Panzerfaust. Beutepanzer gets taken out. German 80 going to do his best to try and hold the line. Artillery gets called in. Pretty big push from the United States. We also have another Firefly arriving. Beutepanzer getting hit pretty hard here. Oh, but it looks like the ECA gets cleared out. That's an elite Panzerjäger squad here. Unique to Panzer, the Panzer. Not Panzer. Actually, it is Panzer. It's Panzerjäger. They equip with 2 Panzers random one and have an extra man, basically. Pretty useful. Germans have managed to keep the point D capture, but that actually doesn't help them. Germans actually need to keep that point in German hands. Because now the Allies will just basically stop the bleeding of points. That's exactly what the Allies need. The Germans need to get that point quick. It's going to be difficult to do with all the Allies keeping eyes on it. Stormtroopers are pushing up to try and take it. And Stormtroopers do capture points a lot faster, as you can see. They're very offensive oriented. Throwing a Gewaltladung on that captain. And they do capture the point quick. Good job, Stormtroopers. Jagdtiger is near the front line. Sure, the 6 is going to try and go for that. That's a very risky maneuver. There's a Stockhold in the flank too. But the Sherman's getting around. There's a mine! Very well played there by the Germans, having a mine out already. Even the Luftwaffe is trying to push down here, but there's still mines. I'm even calling in some Jaegers now to try and help hold up the line. G pulling back. As I drink some more. Germans so far the situation is somewhat under control, but they're still being shelled to hell. Those 5.5 inches is doing a lot of work.
Scout vehicle ready.
We also have an American mechanized major without his tank. Not sure what he can do. He can do counterattack tactics, which I suppose is handy. I'm not sure how much worth he is in the field at the moment. Yeah, and it's a little bit bunched up here, but so far they're holding, so it's not that big of an issue. Lots of artillery keep landing around them. Just trying to advance a little bit again. We also have a push up here from an A3 Sherman with Thunder Run. I guess the Allies now realize they have to push to just stop this bleeding. And they're pushing through. So as the Germans are good to southern point, the Allies are good to northern point. I guess the Allies still have something in this fight here. Germans also being somewhat more aggressive, trying and keep pushing. Because they have to, I'm imagining. Oh, we have a Feuertruppe. Basically, it's a unique squad to be able to punch Mega from the encampment. It's a 3-man team with 2 MG42s. So basically a mobile suppression team. Pretty damn good at what they do. But the Thunder Runs are now doing a pretty damn good job here. Panzerfaust here from the Stormtroopers. Normally Stormtroopers don't have Panzerfaust, but if you're playing as Panzerjäger, they do. The Thunder Run Shermans are doing a lot of work. The Allies are doing their thing, but the Germans also doing their thing down here. The Hatcher coming up here. Put some common engineers inside. This Feuertruppe is going to be able to do much. Yeah, the 50 caliber is just mowing them down. And the Thunder Run Shermans just pushing up down here. It's not enough to stop them. They're just driving through the German lines. There's a stock nearby and the Jagdtiger is trying to relocate. War headquarters is suffering a lot of damage though. Jagdtiger's quickly moving up there. I don't think it should abandon the sender. But I realize why it's trying to. It feels like it needs to help hold the line. Lots more action just suddenly happening across the front line here. Allies lost a lot of their tanks though. So the Americans are doing a counter assault down here against the Luftwaffe and seem to be winning out. Luftwaffe just doesn't have the means to hold. And that 6 field company is not going to make anything else happen from here, I think. Oh. Sherman's ignoring him. Gonna allow him to destroy the fort headquarters, I think. Can he? He doesn't really have anything that can do it, I think. That's a cannon bomb. That's enough. Lots of Calliope rockets landing near the Jagdtiger. But the British have lost practically everything they have. Both sides are being bled dry, basically. Both sides are suffering heavy casualties. It's still anyone's game at this point, actually. Although the Allies have turned it around. Now the Germans are the ones beating points. But now we have the other situation going on. Allies still fairly healthy with their infantry. There's still a good amount of them. We'll have the Calliope back there and another A3 Sherman arriving. But the Germans still have the Jagdtiger. Also the Panzer IV J now arriving soon. Panzerjägers are not really equipped for dealing with the Thunder Run Shermans. Because of stuff like that. High explosive rounds can do a lot of work against them. Laying them out there. Turn them into minced meat. Americans still pushing. Thunder Run should take out the pack easily. And they take clear of the pack. That's going to allow the half track to push up. Here comes the Boy the Panzer. If he needs to swap to AP rounds. Half track gets destroyed. The poster coming in here out. As the Fallschirmjägers quickly get onto the point themselves. Again, any side's game still. Got some Jägers of the Luftwaffe moving northwards. The British captain is nearby with a 30 caliber machine gun. Be able to suppress the Jägers there. Have to get some good shots off, almost killing the captain. And before this, Gewehr 43 can do a lot of work, I suppose. Germans are being very aggressive and ensure they keep control of this area. But the Americans are pushing up down here with much more infantry. And there's not much to actually hold them. I don't think there is anything but a single Fallschirmjäger, actually 2 Fallschirmjäger squads. The American riflemen get around the flank here, get some good shots in. Able to suppress one of the Fallschirmjägers. They're using fire superiority. Fire superiority is such a good ability for the United States riflemen to have. Can really allow them to win engagements. Firefly still remains up here, but it's not really much a single Firefly can do against this. Especially if they're stuck nearby, and you know where the Firefly is. Oh, good shot there from the Firefly though. Almost taking out that stuck. They get cleared out. So the Firefly actually can do something. But not when a howitzer is sitting near it. What this is going on looks like we have an A3 Sherman getting around the flank. Panzer IV J is going to hunt it down. Is it going for the German base? He's trying to take out all the German infantry. But gets cleared out. Another A3 is going to try and go for the same. I feel that's a kind of a waste of tanks. You shouldn't sacrifice your tanks for something as simple as a base run like that. It's generally not worth it. Oh, that Sherman's not gonna make it. Yeah, gets cleared out. Germans now have 2 victory points again, so the Allies are really on a ticking time clock now. They're down to 120 points. That's not a lot to work with.
Send your orders.
The Allies need to do something, and quick. The Brits have basically been neutered. Will the Germans actually be able to hold and survive all this, despite being shelled constantly? It looks like they might. Germans have survived all the onslaught going on. We've grabbed the 2 MG42s here again. Giving this squad unprecedented firepower. That's a lot of Americans. Not full. All the squads have been fully reinforced though. How many needs to try to move out here? One of Panzer pushes up. High explosive round being loaded. Almost clears out the position. 1.5-inch fires again. They're being very persistent with them. Panzer G advances. Takes out a truck there. Yeah, the German counter-assault is winning out now. They even secured the southern point here. I think the Allies might lose this. The Germans' persistence has just really showed off today. Despite heavy casualties. They've just been able to outlast the Allies despite everything. Not an easy feat to do for the Germans. Very exciting. Very long match too. But the Panzer gets hit there. And gets cleared out. Firefly present taking out some points too, though. And the Panzer Grenadiers need to do something quick. Let's make a decision. That's high explosive run being loaded and clears them out. A2 Sherman's starting to move. The Americans are just using the cheaper rounds of the Shermans now. He does have Thunder Run. Goliath Shermans fire again. What's it firing at? Oh, it's just hitting the German base. The Allies are getting desperate.
Our base is under attack.
The Allies are getting real desperate, I feel.
Enemy down to 50 points.
Yeah, the Allies are gonna lose. I don't think the Allies can win this. They might be able to start the leading of points here soon. The Americans need to keep pushing. They need to just keep applying pressure. I think the Allies could still turn this around if they can just somehow push through. But they need to be aggressive constantly. Good begin to feel the 6th field coming on the flank there. But the Germans will secure the point. And that's not good. Because the Germans can just keep the points. At least just 2 of them. They will win. The Allies need to do something quick. They're about to be down to 30 points. They need to push through somewhere. Before command calls off this assault. Trying to get the squad up here, but the Germans already have a bunker. Keep an eye on this one. I don't think the Allies can do that. They need to make a push for the central one quick. Can they even make it at this point? They might not be able to.
Enemy infantry. Victory is in our grasp. The enemy has 25 points remaining.
Yeah, I think it's too late for the Allies. Clear the Panzerjägers. British to get a squad up there, but I don't think they're going to be able to take it. Oh, the bunker's hitting the wrong target. They need to use a smoke grenade. Ah, it's still be charging. I don't think they're going to be able to take the point. Can they neutralize it? Nope. They cannot be neutralize it. They need to get to that central victory point quick. It's the Allies' only hope. They need to go for the central point, but there is the Yak to keep an eye on it. What are these American riflemen doing? They could have been pushing up here all this time. Oh. They need to move quick. But I feel the Germans have just barely eked out a victory here.
Pull everyone back. We're down to 10 points.
Yeah, the American announced even said pull everyone back. Because the Americans, the Allies are about to pull off this assault. This offensive has failed.
A medium tank was just lost. A capture point is being
Yeah,
overrun.
it's too late for the United States. We do manage to get some composite piece on this thing, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. It looks like the Germans won. The Allies pull out the assault. The Germans hold this city. Quite the match. Damn. I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye bye.